It's been a while. I kind of forgot how to play this game.
Daily Flicker, June the 22nd, 1935. Battle over control of bank system. What will the government do for money? Andover, murder of a tobacconist. No doubt about it. Hastings is going bored.
You're not going to get the post?
Yes, yes, of course.
So these paintings. What? Oh, it's a mirror. Okay. Read the letter. The letter said nothing. Oh.
Dear Mr. Poirot, well, what do you think? I believe that I won this round. The Andover affair went like clockwork, don't you feel? But the fun has only just started. I would like to draw your attention to Bexhill-on-Sea on the 25th of this month. We're having a crazy time. Best wishes, ABC. The next crime will be in Bexhill. We must warn Jap to Scotland Yard.
Did the letter indicate anything that might help the police?
To be honest, I think we can already guess something about the next victim. But I need to think about it a little more. Let us examine this more closely.
Mr. and not
Certain
Mr.
characters in the two letters may have similar defects. Let us examine the characters in this word. Nothing to report for these characters. Let us examine another word.
And the Mr. Mr.
Let us examine the characters in this word.
Oh, oops.
Right. Let us compare this with the other letter.
Want me to compare the eyes?
Yes, this I is weird. Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
The Andover?
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
The W.
The W is not printed properly. Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects.
Yes, sir.
My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter.
But is it might be the same person?
Both letters were written on the same typewriter. and show the same characteristics.
You surprise me, Poirot. You usually ignore material proof.
But there is nothing usual about this case, Hastings. Nothing must be overlooked. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Hold up. Um. Oh.
So, Poirot, have you found something?
Oui, I believe so. But I am afraid it is not enough to stop the murderer. Let us go and see Chief Inspector Chap. I will explain there.
Alright. Is there anything else to see?
No doubt about it.
It may be time to go to Scotland Yard.
Alright. Yes, that's nice.
It may be time to go to Scotland.
To Scotland Yard, please.
School. Looks nice. School. Okay.
Jap has invested a great deal in his career.
School.
Chap is an investigator greatly respected by his peers.
Cool. Whoa.
Alice Asher was murdered in Andover, the ABC killer's first murder.
No, Mexico.
London. I really like this city. One thing is certain, you never get bored here.
Oh, I see, I see. Goodbye, Jack.
All the same, I cannot live without giving Jap the information.
Okay.
Like all hunters, Hastings has always been fascinated by weapons. Jap appears to be snowed under.
Snow. Or busy boy.
Jap appears to already be overloaded with work. My news is not going to improve matters.
Should tell him still though. I think.
Bonjour, Chief Inspector. I am afraid we have some bad news. I have just received another letter signed ABC. The next crime will be on the 25th in Bexhill-on-Sea.
Are you completely sure it's from the same person?
I have compared the two letters. There is no doubt about it.
I suppose you think he's going to carry out his threats.
I fear so.
Good God, Poirot. Bexhill is very busy at this time of year, and we have no idea who the next victim will be.
The killer attacks the ladies' friend shop. Hold up.
I suspect that the name of the second victim will start with B.
What on earth makes you think such a thing?
I thought about it when I saw the name Asher clearly written over the shop door of the unfortunate woman who was murdered in Andover last month. When I received a letter mentioning Bexhill, I deduced that the victim, like the town, might have been chosen by alphabetical order.
So, it's an alphabet fiend. I'm going to have a list drawn up of all the people whose name starts with B. I hope there aren't too many of them.
Bien. We should leave you to work, Chief Inspector.
You have a few days to prepare yourself.
Thank you for coming, my friends.
Poirot?
Chief Inspector Jap, your call does not bode well.
Indeed, we have just found the body of a young woman on the beach in Bexhill. An ABC was placed on the body.
We'll be there as soon as possible.
Is it the 25th? Yep.
Bexhill is a delightful town. It would be nice to come back and visit.
I do not entirely agree. Walking at the beach damages my shoes, and it hurts my knee.
So the years have not spared you, my friend. It's the same for all of us.
That is exactly what I said to myself when I saw you back from your travels.
Poirot!
Do not be offended, Hastings. I can see Jap waiting for us. And from his face, I would say that things are not looking good.
Wait. So was an old lady who ran the shop murdered this time? Walrus mustache.
What are you doing, Poirot? Jap's waiting for us.
Alright, my bad.
How do you do, gentlemen?
Chief Inspector?
I fear your admirer has struck again, Poirot. We haven't yet identified the victim, but it's a young woman, 20 to 25 years old. Death occurred last night between 11:30 and 1 o'clock, and we found an ABC guide on the body.
Was she pretty?
Come on, Poirot, that's rather out of place. It has no bearing on the murder.
Are you certain? For women, it is often the most important thing. It often decides their destiny.
The body hasn't been moved. You can see for yourself.
Has the press been informed?
Not yet, but I'm planning to. I haven't yet informed them about the presence of the ABC guide in Andover.
Nobody has reported a young woman missing?
Not for the moment.
No witnesses, I imagine.
Indeed. We've asked everybody who may have met a young woman fitting her description last night to come and see us, but I have little hope of gaining anything from it.
It's early days, Chief Inspector, and the news may not have spread around the town yet.
I hope you're right, Hastings.
This key is too small to be one for a house. Without a doubt, it is for a padlock.
Oh. Huh? She must have been ringing her choker too hard. She was strangled to death.
A braided silk belt. It may have belonged to the victim.
From here.
This key is too small to be one for...
No. Boom. Yep.
The guide is open at the page for the Bexhill train times.
Fair enough.
The young woman wasn't wearing shoes or a coat and was not carrying a bag. That's strange.
She was brought on.
Either the murderer stole her belongings or she put them somewhere safe. Maybe so that she could bath. These marks have been left by a rope or a braided cloth. She was a great beauty. Strange that chap didn't notice it.
To each their own.
Apart from the marks on her neck, there are no signs of the struggle. She didn't manage to hit her assailant. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
How was the victim killed? She was strangled. Is that? While wearing no shoes. There you go.
The poor child must have been strangled with his braided belt. Unfortunately, in view of the fabric, it is unlikely that we will find any prints. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Yeah. That. The work of the same runner. I mean, the letters are the same. Yeah, because nobody else knows about it, so.
The medical officer should confirm that the victim was strangled with her own belt.
That's what I thought. She shows the usual signs of strangulation.
With a little luck, we'll find prints this time.
You are too optimistic, Hastings. Our killer is far too meticulous for that.
Shows the usual signs of a struggle, which is 1. Not breathing. Alright. Now what?
There is no doubt about it. Bexhill has one of the most beautiful beaches in the area. Hastings appears to be ill at ease. He appeared to be relatively indifferent to Mrs. Asher's murder, but a young woman's murder seems to be troubling him greatly. I fear that this case is far from being solved.
Come on, Poirot. You'll find the killer.
Certes. But how many times will he kill before I do?
Identify the victim. How?
Bexhill seems to be a pleasant little town. Bexhill is a pretty little seaside resort with elegant architecture, although personally I prefer more modern buildings. This hut is locked.
Oh, I see.
This hut is locked. This hut.
Hmm. 6. Oh, there's a number here. But this is 9. Oh. 715. I mean, this hut is also locked. Poirot
A
didn't
dual
pay.
locking padlock. I need to find the code and then insert a key.
Seven, 1, 5. Who just leaves a passcode on the door like that? Come on, come on. Yes. There we go. Betty. Ginger Cat Restaurant. Mom is very proud of you. Elizabeth Bernard. 1931 July 8th. Anything you want to say, Poirot? Her name's Betty.
The purse is full. Yet again, we can dismiss theft as the motive for the murder. Here is the watch she must have removed to prevent it from getting wet. A top-brand lipstick. She liked to take care of her appearance. As well as a photo of the victim with some company. It could be useful to me. It definitely was here that the victim left her belongings. Betty's first day at work. Mom is very proud of you. Elizabeth Barnard, 7 August 1931.
Oh, 7th August.
So, the young lady did have a name starting with B, and she worked as a ginger cat, an establishment that must be slightly further along the beach.
Jap has gone to the police. The victim has been identified and her family had reported her disappearance. She was called?
Elizabeth Barnard, mainly Betty. She worked as a ginger cat at the cafe slightly further along the beach.
But Poirot, how on earth?
Never mind. Do you have her address?
Yes, she lived with her parents on the street leading to the beach, number 22. Shall we go?
You are far too impatient, Hastings. Let the poor people take in the news first. Let us go and visit the cafe where Betty worked.
Ooh.
Could it be the same buildings as on the victim's photo?
I didn't know it was this close. Yeah. The name clearly says Ginger Cat. Chipola. Seaside.
This is definitely where the photo I found in the hut was taken. I fear that this case is far from being solved.
Come on, Poirot. You'll find the killer.
Fair enough. Let's go.
I'll be with you in a minute, gentlemen.
Years old in Mexico. Give me eagle points. Yes, sir.
This is a well-laid table. Nothing is out of place and, above all, no creases. This is a well-laid...
A delightful cafe. So this is where Betty worked?
Yes, indeed. Let us find someone to talk to.
To the jukebox.
What a pity. I don't have any change to make it work.
You better change. Change comes from within.
I'll be with you in a minute, gentlemen.
Something tells me that she's the owner of the ginger cat.
She doesn't look like a cat. Strict adherence. Heya.
This woman must be the owner of the ginger cat. It looks like something is bothering her.
How can I help you?
A hot chocolate and a tea for my friend, please.
I'll bring it straight away.
What are you going to do, Poirot?
Look for clues, mon cher ami.
Alright.
I need to know the time range during which Betty was working on her own. These are the different waiting staff's bills. Which ones were written by Betty?
No handwriting here, huh? Okay. No, I don't want to quit. Do I have no other items? Betty, 11 a.m., 7:30 p.m.
Where is Betty?
Betty?
Betty worked from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Would she have been alone at any time during her service? Betty worked from 11...
Oh. No, Mark, Mrs. Marion as well, and Millie. We're all there. Except after 5 p.m. Interesting. This is her handwriting.
Most probably a family. This bill may have been written by Betty. There is probably another one.
Yes. Her peas have long tails. Like these. $6:36, hour 5. Yeah. Why is there time? Looks similar. the D's are long.
No, something's not right. Betty was alone at just one of these 2 times.
So the time when she was alone, 7:20.
Most probably a single man, a whiskey lover. Maybe the murderer?
Interesting.
Betty served a family and a man on his own, a whiskey drinker. Maybe the murderer. This information will help me to progress.
What? Gentlemen, what are you doing?
We are searching for clues, mademoiselle. My name is Hercule Poirot. I am a detective, and this is Captain Hastings. Does Betty Barnard work here?
That is correct. She should have been here a while ago. Punctuality is the first rule of politeness.
I fear that Miss Barnard will not be coming today. She has just been found, dead, on the beach a few hundred meters from the cafe.
How awful. Poor young thing. What happened?
She appears to have been murdered.
This is most distressing. How this will affect my business, I shudder to think.
Let's just go straight to the point.
What can you tell us about Miss Barnard?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Miss Barnard was my employee. Her private life was none of my business.
You did know at least that she had a young man.
Indeed.
I don't think she knows that. I don't think she knows this either. Now we'll go with this.
This photo was found. Is this him?
Yes, that's him all right. But I haven't seen him for some time.
Say that young people no longer have morals. I don't think she'd want to answer this. Should I say this?
I find young people today very hard to understand.
You needn't tell me that. A few weeks ago, they argued just outside the cafe. Imagine what my customers must have thought.
I want more info. But I want to go with her wavelength.
Do you know the reason for their dispute?
I'm not on those sort of terms with my staff. Now, please excuse me, I have work to do.
Fair
The
enough.
customer who ordered the whiskey might provide us more information. He may have been the last one to see Betty alive.
It is an interesting idea, Hastings. Maybe he is a regular guest. What do you think, mademoiselle?
I don't think so. Our regular guests tend to order tea and cakes. At this time of the year, there are a lot of tourists about you never see again.
That's what I thought. Time to visit Betty's home.
Alright. And we'll do that in the next episode. Alright, so with that, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. If it comes out. See ya.